Welcome back, everybody, to the next segment on the uh, daily portion of German. And this is Ron Dittmars talking to you from the Erasmus Academy in Brooklyn, New York. And here you have on the screen a very famous and well-known and beloved painting of Van Gogh's, The Starry Night. And before each of these segments, I'm going to be showing a different picture of his, just to get you familiar with them, although you may know them very well. They're just really magnificent. And so, and it doesn't have any particular connection to the segment of a letter that we're going to read, but I just thought it'd be nice to see that in advance as a prelude. Okay, this is the section we're looking at, and let's see if you can see where I'm marking here. The only difference today is that I'm not recording with my assistant, so I'll be just asking you questions, just like I do before, and I'll be reading out loud, and please repeat after me to get a sense of the pronunciation. And then I'll be asking questions and leaving space for you to answer. Some people even pause the recording and try to answer in full and trying to analyze the sentence and then get the answer and then move on that way. The idea is that we'll move together in understanding how to translate and to put this into English. Okay, so let's start off. If you want to repeat after me, here we go. Aber doch, I should give you the context. It's the sentence right before it says, then I'm not yet satisfied, for the magnificent nature lives still too strongly in my spirit. Aber doch, but nonetheless, is how then this starts out. Going on. Aber doch, ich finde in meinem Werk einen Widerhall von dem, was mich fesselte. Everybody, up to here. Go ahead. Good. But nonetheless, and then where's the verb up to this comma? Right. And I'll be complimenting you on your proper identifying of different parts of speech. And I find, so here's the subject, obviously, I find, and then where's the direct object? Remember, they can never be found in a prepositional phrase like this one. So here it is here, ein Widerhall, and I might ask you what gender is Widerhall? You can know by the ending of this indefinite article, an echo from that, so, and then this just means in my work. So how would you translate that? Right. But nonetheless, I find in my work a resonance or an echo of that. Now we're going to find out what that is. And this is indeterminate, so that's why the relative clause begins with this relative pronoun was. Its antecedent is dem, both are neuter. From that which captivated me, or which has captivated me. Fesseln are the things that tie you down, sense of that. Going on. Ich weiß, dass die Natur mir etwas erzählte, das sie zu mir gesprochen hat. Up to there? Okay, so here you have I know that, and then that introduces a subordinate clause. Where's the verb in that clause? Right, going at always found at the end, erzählte. It told, and here's the dative, it told to me something, and etwas is actually your direct object. That that nature told me something that it. What is the antecedent of z? You have to look for a feminine noun, which is right back here. I'm going to erase some of this so it makes it clearer. But it's very important to know what the antecedents of these pronouns are. That it, i.e. nature, has spoken to me. Here's your verb complex. Notice in subordinate clauses, the helping verb and the past participle are reversed. And going on, let's see, let me erase this here. Okay, und das, sorry, going on, down to here. Und dass ich das in Schnellschrift aufgeschrieben habe. Everybody? Good. I'm hoping you're repeating it because it gives me a little break in between. So aufschreiben means to write down or to write up. It's write down on a table, and that I have written down that what it has spoken to me. This is a direct object. In Schnellschrift, you divide these two. The Schrift is just the writing. Schnell is a verb meaning adjective meaning fast, and it really means in shorthand, or scribbled in something abbreviated in shorthand. Going on, in meiner Schnellschrift mögen Wörter sein, everybody? Going on, die nicht zu entziffern sind, Fehler und Lücken. Up to here. Okay, up to this point, where I'm just going to ask. I'm going to ask for Michael. Michael may be listening to this. Michael, where is the verb complex up to this point? Let me erase this. What precedes it? No, that's okay. Right, right. Mögen sein. So they may be. Yeah. So and where's the subject? Right. Wörter, because remember any part of the core sentence, which is the verb first, subject second, direct object third, cannot be found in a prepositional phrase, which you have here. So in my shorthand. So there may be words in my shorthand. And then what is the antecedent for D? Right, it's Worte, words which. Zu entziffern, entziffern means a nice word, nice verb. It means to decipher. Ziffern, and zu entziffern sein means they are to be deciphered or can be deciphered, which are not to be or which cannot be deciphered. And what sort of things like mistakes and lacuna or gaps or voids. Und going on. Und doch ist vielleicht etwas darin, was der Wald, der Strand oder die Schalten zeigen. Everybody, repeat that. Okay, and yet, here's your verb ist. Let me just erase what is above, just to make it easier to read. Und doch ist, right here. And yet, there is something, vielleicht, etwas is the subject, therein, darin, very close to our English, therein, and going on, was, and then where's the verb in that clause? Good, sagten, again, subordinate clause with a verb at the end. What, and then where are the subjects? You're looking for a plural subject, so you have der Wald, the woods, the forest, the shore, or the figures. And yet there is perhaps something therein, in his paintings, what the forest, the shore, or the figures said. Okay. Und nicht in einer zahmen oder konventionellen Sprache, die nicht aus der Natur entsprang. Okay. So, so where's the verb complex up to here? Actually, you have it only here. You have one verb right here, entspringen, to arise or to be derived from something. Und nicht in einer zahmen, this means in a tame, it's kind of a not very common word or adjective, and not in a tame or a conventional language. And then the antecedent of D is the Sprache, which did not arise from nature. Okay, all right, so just going from here down, just translating generally, if anybody want to do that. From right here. Okay, so just go slowly. In my shorthand, there may be words which are not to be deciphered, mistakes and lacuna, and yet is something perhaps therein what the forest, the shore, or the figures said or have said, and not in a lame or conventional language, which did not arise from nature. Okay, that's the second section, and thanks for coming along, and look forward to attending the next section. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.